In this devlog, you'll see how I added cave exploration to my game, allowing the player to delve deep to find caves to explore, scan, and harvest. Let's dive in. Now, if I wanted the player to be able to find and dock the drill at caves, I would need to expand my docking system to allow this, rather than just being able to dock at the hub. So I implemented a system where dockables can be registered to a location on the map. When you dock at a location, it is activated, and the drill door is allowed to open. Then when you undock, the location is deactivated. This gives the illusion that the drill is moving around, but really it's not. So now it's time to make a cave, and so I did. I made it so that I had several tight passages leading into larger caverns, littering mushrooms and strange plants all over the place. Doing this by hand certainly took a while, placing each rock floor and wall piece one by one, but don't worry, I'll get into that later. I wanted the player to be able to discover all sorts of strange plant life and other mysterious oddities whilst exploring caves, so I implemented object scanning. To do this, I reused the build tool, now calling it a multi-tool, and allowed it to scan objects. I started with these glowing orb plants, allowing them to be scanned. In doing this, you'll be able to unlock new buildables for use at the hub. Next I added crystals, which once scanned can then be harvested. The multi-tool will fire a laser at the crystal to harvest it, allowing quartz to be collected from it. This quartz will then be deposited in the drill's inventory, allowing it to be taken back to the hub and smelted into glass. So with the fundamentals implemented, it was now time to make a bunch of caves. I really wanted to have many types of caves, and many variations of each type. For instance, caves that are full of life up near the surface, and then in contrast, caves that are dark and foreboding deeper below. But making that first cave really took a while, and was frankly boring and tedious. So I set out to design some form of random cave generator to do the work for me. I still wanted to have hand-designed caves though, so I went with an approach that allows me to design cave parts, which will then be chosen at random and connected together to form a full cave. Each cave part has a number of exits, conforming to a grid layout, as you can see with this testing scene. When the cave is generated, parts are chosen at random, with some parts being more likely than others, and connected together until the cave is complete. I do this for each cave I want to make, allowing me to select a cave I like, tweak it, and fix any gaps. I can then save the cave as a prefab and register it in the docking system, which then allows the player to find and dock at this cave. With this all working, I then made many different cave parts and generated several caves from them. Now, having to look at the multi-tool model for so long during testing, I came to really not like it, so I busted out Blender and made a new one. Don't know about you, but I'm way happier with this new model. I gave it a little space for a screen at the end of it, as well as a fold-out secondary screen. I put it into the game and readjusted the UI for the screens for both the build mode and explore mode. As you can see when doing base building, the secondary screen will fold out to inform the user what they are currently building. This screen isn't required for when exploring though, so it's nicely folded away when doing so. Whilst I was dealing with models, I also improved the models for all the terminal buildables, such as the hub inventory screen and the drill upgrade station. I also added a music player terminal, which can play a chosen song from its list. I gave it all the typical music player controls, play, pause, next, previous, as well as a way to loop the current track and adjust the volume. I feel like I've come so far with this game, and a lot further than any other previous games, and this is shaping up to be a great game that I hope many people will enjoy. Now, the name of the game I was always unsure about. I gave it the title of Project GeoDepths because that's all I could think about at the time. But the name GeoDepths has really grown on me, so GeoDepths is now officially the name of the game. There is still so much that needs doing though, such as a main menu with the capacity to save and load the game, adding some story objectives for the player to strive towards, the many more buildables, caves, resources and scannable objects that I want to add, and of course general polishing and balancing. For now though, I've created both Steam and itch.io pages, allowing you to wishlist it if you are interested in trying it out when it's finally done. Also, I post on Twitter, so follow me there for my frequent updates of what I am working on. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you at the next devlog.